everyone, welcome back to another video here on my channel. If you're new here, ni hao, I'm Lizzie, and here we talk everything China. Wow, yeah, as you can hear, the fireworks are going off because it is nearly New Year's here in China on the lunar calendar, and yeah, it's going crazy. I love this time of year. We get long holidays and yeah, everyone's just in a really festive mood. Okay, so anyway, today we're going to talk about what Americans don't know about China. And this all started when I was listening to this podcast between an American famous podcaster and an Asian woman. I'm not sure if she was from China, but I assume she is because, you know, she was talking like she knew a lot and she came from here. So anyway, she was talking about the rise of China and really the censored internet going on here. Then she mentioned why she left the Asian country and to finally move to America. She was able to be free and really be herself. You know, and we've heard this 1,000 times. Again, I just wish you can come to China because I feel like people in the West think that Chinese people are like in kind of a prison where they are forced to look like. I feel like these fireworks are going to bother us today, but anyway, just get in the festive season with me. Yeah, they feel like Chinese people are living in a prison. They're forced to go to work, and then in my videos you see people smiling, and I'm pretty sure the West people, you think, oh, people are forced to smile, people are forced to enjoy the food here, people are forced to be happy. Yeah, that is not true. So we've heard that 1,000 times. Let's not talk about that again. I'm not gonna waste our time on that. But she says that it is crazy how China controls the information that people get. And I feel like so many American YouTube channels specifically hate on China. And there are also a lot of Chinese YouTube channels that really, cause hate towards America. And there's really a lot of hate going on. But that is not what we do here on this channel. Here I am at the defense, especially when it comes to China, especially when it comes to people in the West having false impressions of China. So we are a defensive, show the truth kind of channel. We're not going out of our way to hate on America. We are not going out of our way to hate on America, but when some negative stuff comes out that is not true about China, you better know that you're gonna find it on this channel. So anyway, she was talking about like the censored info. Yes, China has some firewalls up, and I am yet to be convinced why this is a bad thing. It is sad to even talk about this, but like in the West, especially in America, so many kids are getting bullied online. So many kids have to go through this, and yes, suicides happen because of cyberbullying. It is a real thing, and not just bullying, people being addicted to some videos. I'm not sure if I can use that word on YouTube, but yes, like it's an addiction problem what goes on the internet. And in China, people don't have to worry about stuff like that because it is not allowed in China. Yes, I'm not saying China is everything perfect, everything's good because they have the firewalls up, no Google allowed, no Facebook allowed, no Instagram allowed, but it certainly does stop that kind of, cyberbullying, being addicted to some certain stuff. It makes the damage less. And then she talked about like China is starting not to sell it to other countries, but other countries want that in their countries as well. And she says it like it's a bad thing. Why, if a country wants that for their people, and that is what the government chooses to do, why are you worried about that? So I don't understand why she would mention that it is a dangerous activity for other countries to follow the path that China is following. China is one of the, if not the most powerful country in the world. I don't know about you, but I'm just a person. If I follow like powerful people that I respect and like that are winning in life, I want to do exactly what they did to get there. So why not do that when it comes to countries as well? You know what is the problem that Americans don't know about China? Chinese people are not in a prison. Chinese people are allowed to leave the country if they want. Normal citizens in China, if they want to leave, they're allowed to leave. But they don't. Have you ever asked the question why people are not leaving? yes, not every country agrees with everything, the government is doing, but China has the most positive things, and that's why people are staying. A lot of the citizens I've met in China don't always agree with everything, but they trust the process. They know that China gives them a lot. There's a good work opportunities here. The economy is strong. There are beautiful places to visit. It is safe for you, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your family to live here. So many good things about this country, and that's why people are not leaving. So I don't know if you know that. So maybe stop talking bad about like people are forced to live here. People are allowed to leave. She also mentioned that China said that they are, socialism, but with Chinese characteristics. She says that China used this to explain how, market reform happens, how to get people out of poverty. But, she said, this word but, nothing ever good comes after but. Anyway, she says, but China does this in a very controlled way. I have found so many American YouTubers talking bad about China that they say like the good thing about China, but then they use but. But then what comes after but is like there's no reasoning to why people should actually believe them. They are literally saying what is good about China, but I don't know if they've been brainwashed or what. But they really do at least say the good things about China and somehow make it bad. So like here the woman says like China has brought so many people out of poverty, but they do it in a controlled way. They brought people out of poverty. How is that controlling? But anyway, let's continue. She then, brought up like the American dream and the Chinese dream is so different, which, oh geez, these people. But it is different because the American dream is all about the pursuit of happiness, doing what makes you happy, being all about the individual, which I don't disagree with, but it is really just about focusing on yourself and just caring about yourself. And there are a lot of wrong things that can make people happy, so then they in their minds believe, this makes me happy, even though it's wrong, so I can do it, because that is the American dream. Where the Chinese dream is, if you don't know by now, like, Xi Jinping says it a lot, the CCP, that is their ultimate goal, is to bring people out of poverty, which they have done, which is an amazing dream, amazing goal to have. But when she was talking about the Chinese dream, about people making it out of poverty, she says that this has to happen in China by generations making sacrifices. Now, I have lived here a long time, and as you know, some of my homeless videos, I have yet to find a homeless person in China, which people say there are, I just haven't seen. But my point is, I have not seen people make sacrifices. Like, the only sacrifice I can think of is if it's like, a family member that has lost their job, lost their house, because of some stuff happening in China or whatever, and then the family needs to take that person in, take care of that person again, which is what family is all about here. I don't feel like it's a burden on them. This is how they grew up. This is the family love that goes on here. But other than that, I don't really quite understand the sacrifices she's talking about, like the bad things she's talking about, bringing people out of poverty. I just don't get that. She says that China knows to get power is to get rich, which China has done. I mean, they are top with trade, top with technology. China is a rich country, and that's why they have so much power. But again, there is my point exactly. Like, she's saying the good thing, like China is a powerful country, but she's saying it like a bad thing. I don't get, where is the bad in China being a powerful country? Like, on my channel, we don't really talk about military, we don't really talk about politics, that much. But yes, China is a very powerful country, and where is the bad in that? I don't get it. But obviously, she brought up the unfair things that China has done, like stolen intellectual property from the US and all that stuff. But whatever. Like, every time you talk about something about China, there's always something bad going to come up, and we're just gonna have to get used to this, right? But it's really challenging to make broad generalizations about what Americans think, because each individual thinks differently, but there's so much that Americans don't know about China, like the diversity going on here. China is such a big country. They have different cultures, different traditions in different cities. It is not like America. It is not one. China all comes together in the end, but China is formed from different traditions, people coming together. They don't all believe the same thing. They don't all have the same traditions. Economic complexity. Americans just know that China is economically powerful, but they don't know why. They don't know how China got there. They just think, it's a bad thing because China is winning America or beating the US. But they never really do the effort. Like, there's never a channel on YouTube that I find an American saying like how China got this powerful. It's always just a bad thing. Like the political systems. Everyone in the US always think, the CCP is so dangerous. It's such a bad thing being controlled by a government like this. But have they ever done any research, any real effort to understand what the CCP does give China and why everyone keeps on living in China, sticks with the CCP, sticks with the decisions they make? No one understands what really goes on here. They just know it's powerful and it's dangerous, which is not always the case. So what? Powerful just means they do it the wrong way. Environmental challenges. I don't think people from the West really knows that a lot of deforesting, environmental challenges like air and water pollution have been going on in China, but that is one of China's goals, to really develop that and get better. Like during COVID, China also went through some challenges, a lot of challenges, still struggling with the economy, but they are doing something. They are focusing on their country to get out of this challenge, to come out better. They're not focusing on what other countries are doing, what they're doing wrong, what they're doing right. They're just focusing on what's going on here to get better right now for the country. I just feel like, to end off, it is important to approach these Chinese discussions, especially what is going on in China, with awareness, because it has a lot of complexity. Please try to avoid oversimplifications. Try avoiding hate. Try avoiding that China's powerful so they're doing something wrong. Talk about facts if you want to talk about something. Don't say words like China brought people out of poverty but in a controlled way. Tell me why they did it in a controlled way so that I can listen and then I can set you straight, because that has no power to what you're saying, but in a controlled way. I feel like we all should just be, continuously learning and seeking a lot of different perspectives so we can all come together and realize as one that we are making a contribution to the world, contribution to China, and that is at the end what I'm trying to accomplish. So yeah, I just want to end off by people are free here. People are free to leave if they want, but they still choose to stay. So maybe talk about those kind of things. Don't just make up something. So yeah, anyway, I feel like there are a lot of things Americans don't know about China. And again, we are going to keep on growing this channel to get the word out there for people to understand China a little bit more. And I can only do that with your guys' help. Thank you so much for always subscribing, watching, commenting, opening discussions in my comments. I really appreciate that. Get people talking. So yeah, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, hit that like button, and join the community. Thank you so much for watching another video, and I'll see you in the next one. We're going to Chongqing soon. Woohoo! Let's go.